Hi, my name is Molly Donaldson, and I'm here with Midpen Media. And today we're going to be talking to Daniel Villasenor about his concerts and lemonade business. So, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
So I'm Daniel. I'm 21 now. I go to Cal Poly Pomona, and recently, like 2 years ago, I started throwing concerts like in my backyard and then just other venues around Silicon Valley.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They sound really cool from what I've heard. So, who performs at your shows? Where do you?
Okay, so usually for my shows, I want to put on people in the community first because here in Silicon Valley, we don't have a music scene, which is really frustrating, but there's a lot of great musicians and artists in the area. So like all of it kind of started when I met this guy named Christopher Norman online. And
Mm.
Christopher is great. I think the best musician in the area. He's
Mm.
wonderful music. And I hit him up on Instagram.
Mm.
We met up, and I was like, we should throw a concert. And a week later, in my backyard, we had a concert, and like 80 people came out, and it was super cool to see, just like the support for live music and for the other acts we brought out. Shout out Janelle's and Kid Kuza. Um, and yeah, it was a blast. My backyard's very conveniently built like an amphitheater, so
Oh
it's
yeah,
perfect for shows.
that sounds cool. How do you get the word out? How do people?
Yeah, mostly on like Instagram and word of mouth. So like my own following and then whoever's the acts. And at the shows, I always try to bring out artists to
Mm.
vend their art. I think like I'm really critical about a lot of things,
Mm.
especially concerts, and I think it's boring in between sets a lot of
Mm.
times. So I think it's really fun to have the artists there to
Mm.
show off their art and just bring together the whole community.
Yeah, no, that sounds wonderful. Yeah. So, what kind of music would you say that you guys perform?
So I guess Silicon Valley music, since that's where we're from, but
Mm.
a lot of like indie and then
Mm.
rap. I usually try to book live bands more
Mm.
since I think they usually sound a lot better. But definitely love to bring out my rapper friends. Shout out ZJ Delmar.
Yeah, no, of course. No, it's great to have like a good variety of music out there.
Yeah.
So how have they worked out? How long have you been having them?
So it all started in like Pomona. That's where I go to
Hmm.
school, and they have an amazing music scene. It's so cool to see like kids my age and younger throwing shows for kids just like us, and just all the different local bands coming out and the kids supporting.
Hmm.
And when I was in Pomona, like a week before the world shut down,
Yeah.
I threw an event, and it was so cool to see like all the people who came out. And it was my birthday weekend, so my
Yeah.
parents came down
Oh
too, and
yeah.
they're gonna take me to Disneyland. So they came, and they're like, "Wow, you did a great job," and
Hmm.
it's something I really enjoyed doing. So
Yeah.
from then on, I just like needed to throw a show in the backyard. So
Hmm.
just waiting for the world to finally start back up, and yeah.
Yeah. No, that sounds fantastic. So why did you start using your backyard as a concert venue?
It's just perfect because it's a amphitheater,
Hmm.
so it's really easy for everyone at any point to see the people performing.
Hmm.
It's my backyard, so it's very convenient to
Hmm.
set up. I can decorate it any way I want, and I don't have to pay a venue fee, which is a big one.
Hmm.
So being able to just have more time and it being free makes it just so much more convenient for me
Hmm.
to set up and organize around it.
Hmm. So I heard that you use Vecino Lemonade as like another option there. What is that?
Yeah, so Vecino Lemonade, I like to think of it as almost an extension of myself.
Okay.
And like, I really like making lemonade. I really like throwing shows. It kind of made sense just to bring the two together.
Hmm.
So, and Vecino in Spanish means neighbor. And I wanted these shows to be a community, a neighbor amongst all of Silicon Valley and just coming together for the music. So that's how Vecino Lemonade got started.
No, that sounds fantastic. So who makes lemonade? Like, what does that mean to you?
So the lemonade, um, usually me, and then I'll invite whoever wants to help come over. And it's definitely made with love, and I always need help with friends. We'll make it. It's a fun time, and then, um, whoa, my train of thought derailed. But it's yeah, just hanging with the homies, making the lemonade.
Mm.
I started way back in the COVID summer.
Hmm.
I was so bored, and when it's a summer day, you make lemonade. So we made lemonade, and then it was just an excuse to give it to my friends. And
Hmm.
naturally, when you make lemonade, you have a lemonade stand. So when all the Black Lives Matter stuff started popping off, I, with another friend, we raised money just by selling lemonade instead of going to the protests. And just by selling lemonade, made like $3,000. Cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. Lemonade's a way to monetize it. Yeah.
Delicious.
So what have you been experiencing in the backyard with like everybody going, and what has it like turned out for the audience?
It's just been so positive. Like, for the most part, it's just so cool to see like all my friends come, see the shows, see people perform, and then just like people I don't know come, which is really cool. And they just are so excited that something like backyard shows are finally happening in the Silicon Valley. And everyone I've talked to, for the most part, it's been a positive experience for them. But there are a couple people that apparently there's been some negative experiences. So I've actually been having a lot of trouble with the city.
Okay.
Apparently some people saw some flyers from a concert and then complained to the city about that.
Okay.
And then I got a cease and desist from the city
Okay.
to stop the backyard shows on the grounds that they were a special event.
Okay.
But
can you explain what like a special event?
That's the thing. The city actually has no definition for what a special event is.
Okay.
But yet my concerts somehow are. And there's ways around having special events in residential areas because that's what's not allowed. And one of them's a permit, but this permit would cost like $1,000, and for a backyard show doesn't make sense. And the other way you can have events in a backyard is if you're fundraising for a nonprofit, then it's a nonprofit fundraiser. And I don't have a nonprofit, but my homie Ellie, shout out Ellie, she has a nonprofit called Big Leap Collective, and it's all about supporting local music communities. So I wanted to throw a nonprofit fundraising concert for Ellie and her nonprofit. And when I asked the city if I could do that, they said it was a special event, which I don't agree with. I think it was bullshit. Like, it's ridiculous. I can't throw these shows in my own backyard, especially when they're all ages, drug and alcohol free, and we always end before 10. So.
So what are you looking to do moving forward with your current situation?
Right now, because like the situations with the city, just been trying to mobilize the people in the community to like email the city, come publicly comment with me, just tell the city how much these shows mean to you, and even if you haven't been to them, just like how much you still want these to happen, because I know I do, and I think it can only bring positive things to the community. It's just like such a bummer that a few negative Nancys have been ruining the fun for the rest of us.
What are you looking to do with shows here then, as an alternative?
So because I've been throwing shows these past 2 years, it's been amazing to see all the positive responses from people. Actually, this whole studio that we're in, Midpen Media, about like a month ago, I threw a show here, and it was great because the TV studio, the lights are perfect, the sound's great, it's an awesome spot, and Emily, the community manager, really liked what we were doing, so they wanted to collaborate, so we'll be doing monthly shows here, which is really exciting because a music community starts with a venue, a consistent one, and now that we have one, I really think the Silicon Valley music community is going to go fast, but I'm going to be studying abroad, so I'm going to be missing a lot of it.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that'll be fun.
It will be fun. I'll probably have the homie Kyle running them, and also be able to book the bands and organize it, which will be really cool.
Do you think you'll still try to like revamp some of this maybe when you're studying abroad? Do you think you'd try to start music over there?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going to try to tap into the Birmingham music scene and throw shows over there. I really want to do a West Coast party.
Okay, yeah.
I think it'd be really fun. I'm not a big fan of like EDM or club music, so.
How would you compare like Silicon Valley music to that of LA that you've been experiencing, or in England?
So, I think for the most part, at least like between the Gen Z kids, like the music's pretty similar in terms of like, especially like the indie music, it's all the same. But in LA, there's just so much more people making music. The scene's so much bigger. It's just been around for so much longer. So people, they're more familiar with it. They grew up with it. They are more encouraged to go out and create just because that's what they're around. And here, we have so many amazingly talented people, without a doubt, but it's really hard to like continue to want to do it or like push yourself and meet other people when there is like no space to do that.
I see.
So it's been
Yeah.
tough.
But you seem to have found a great community of people who do enjoy it.
Yeah, it's been really cool just to have people come out to the shows and just be so happy that they're there. That's like the biggest thing for me, because like I can tell myself, oh, 100 people didn't show up, it didn't hit the goal, but really the goal is everyone who did show up had a great time, and I think I've been hitting that goal every time.
Yeah, no, always look on the bright side, and I think you'll be able to spread that when you do go to England.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah. What have you been looking into music-wise for in your near future or like later future?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, Vecino Lemonade is an extension of myself, and while I can't control the community here in the Silicon Valley, like the Instagram and the things I do will be under Vecino Lemonade, I bet. And I really just want to be able to, I want to be a tour manager one day, because I think traveling the country with my friends, booking shows and getting paid and meeting people sounds like the perfect job. So I just want to continue creating this community and helping my friends promote their music in any way possible. So I know when like someone drops that one song, the whole community is going to benefit, and hopefully go on tour one day, and just all the resources and things I learned from touring and people I meet, I can just help uplift this community even more, because like we need a scene here so badly.
Yeah, no, it's great to see everybody coming together for the music. What have you like noticed so far? Do you have any friends who've like personally benefited from this, or how do they like it?
This past 2 years, a lot of my friends have been because making music, and it's just been so amazing to see the connections that have been made because of the show. Like, I think that's the biggest thing for me, just like knowing that these shows, because these people met here, this happens. Like, for example, my friend Johnny, the other day, he called me and he said, Daniel, I met my girlfriend Lola in your backyard when you threw a prom a year ago.
Oh, wow.
I want to do an anniversary dinner in your backyard. And yeah, of course. We set up a little table, a little heart on the roof, and it was just so cool to see, because like they're like my favorite couple. They've been together for a year, and they met in my backyard on prom. That's amazing.
No, that's a great story. Oh my gosh, always the randomest places you meet people, but that's great that it's bringing people together.
That's the goal.
So you said Vecino's like an extension of yourself. Like how did that develop?
Yeah, it's just like things I like to do. Like I liked making lemonade at that time. Now I like throwing shows, put them together, and also just like the things my friends and I do. Vecino Lemonade could not exist without my friends in the community. And some things we love to do is like, I love to hacky sack. Like we're always hacky sacking.
Yeah.
I like to slackline. I like to go to shows, throw the shows, meet people. Just things my friends and I like to do. Just kind of extension of that.
But you said that you use like both like Instagram and posters to like get in contact with people?
Yes, so Instagram's definitely been helpful.
Okay.
I've been on my content grind, which is a pain, but it works, which is really cool to see. And been running digital ads, which is helpful because I can target the people who like music in this area, which is huge. And then also Kyle's dad, Doug, thanks Doug Dimmick, and my employer, Doug Dimmick, he owns a print shop where he just prints tons of different things on tons of different papers. So we got a good deal on some posters, and the flyers have been really, really good and just like spreading the word to different parts around Silicon Valley.
Yeah, how far do you like advertise to? Like East Bay or just Peninsula?
I try to stick on the Silicon Valley because that's the people I want to come out. It's just the least amount of commute for them.
Yeah.
And over in the East Bay and in San Francisco, they already have a music scene, which is awesome.
Okay.
And I'd love for those people to come out and enjoy ours, but I really want it to be the Silicon Valley music scene. We need something here first before we can start expanding. So really trying to target all the kids in this area, because I know that on Friday, Saturday night, there's nothing to do here. Like, you just hang out with your homies, which is great, but if I was in high school and I knew someone was throwing a concert in Palo Alto, like, I would have been there so quick. So it's just having stuff to do, because like it's lacking here.
So like from like San Jose to like South San
So,
Francisco, or
probably like Burlingame to like San Jose.
Okay.
That's like Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
That sounds great. So for the artists that you mentioned, how do you get in contact with them, or do they reach out to you usually?
So it's mostly like you just know one person,
Mhm.
and they know someone else, and they know someone else, and you just go down the rabbit hole. But for the shows, like I'm really critical when it comes to music,
Mhm.
and the people I have perform, I'm fans of their music first and foremost. Like I wouldn't have them play if I didn't like their music. So it's definitely like if I like their music, like is it on Spotify is a big one. Like I'm not saying I will exclude people, but like I really want to work with people who really want to try to do this whole music industry thing. So really trying to support them.
Just help them launch their
So
careers.
yeah. So through like Instagram, word of mouth, and then sometimes something pops up on the playlists. That's cool.
No, yeah, just get everybody involved.
Oh yeah, and Bumble. I met a lot of artists on Bumble, musicians on Bumble.
That's kind of wild. Just using dating apps for random stuff.
Literally how I network.
Yeah, I mean,
Really
fair
meet
enough.
people.
Use your tools, yeah. So people like, do they sell their art there if they're?
Yeah. So depending on the venue, because of different legality, usually there will be artists, and they create all sorts of things from prints to clothing to sculptures to rocks. Like it's just really fun to have artists creating things, then their art. It really brings the community together. So it's not just musicians, it's also artists, and they get the chance to sell their stuff. That's what they work really hard on, make some money. People who come enjoy seeing the stuff. So it definitely like makes the event come together as a whole. And it's really fun just like having them there and the connections they make. Like a friend made these pants and the same friend's making the next flyer for the show. So it's like, it's a community.
Great opportunity, get your art out there. Yeah. Would you say that you, like a younger you, would have ever seen you doing this, or is this totally crazy?
I don't know. I think so. Like for a little bit, younger me in high school wanted to be like a fashion designer, but I'm probably like the least art person I know. I don't make music. I don't draw. But I think creatively how I express myself is through these events. And what was it?
What have you been like up to?
Oh, it was younger me. Oh yeah.
Oh, younger me. Yeah.
When I was younger, I definitely at first I wanted to be a fashion designer, and that didn't work out. My parents have always like been kind of like, you're good at events and like talking to people, and I've noticed I've always planned like surprise birthday parties for friends, have organized different things, so concerts, it makes sense, and I'm glad I really like this. It's fun.
No, it's great that you found like a passion and that you can connect to like what you like to do. What have you seen other people do? Do you have other friends also organizing it, or?
It seems like here in the Silicon Valley, I'm really the only one organizing the events. I'd love to see other people organizing events, and I'd love to help them do it, because I know here in the Silicon Valley, it's tough, especially in the backyard. Like, legally in most of these cities, like, you have to stop at 10. You have to, like, shut up and be quiet at 10. But, like, it'll be, like, 8 o'clock, and, like, the cops will come and be like, we already had 6 noise complaints, and it's just, like, it's annoying, because a lot of people who just like hear the music, they just like want it to stop, which I think is kind of ridiculous since it's like once or twice a year. So just, there's not so many people organizing it, but there's a lot of creatives out there. It's been really cool to find them and have them find the community
and collaborate. Yeah,
I want to be involved. Yeah.
How often do you have shows, would you say?
Well, like most of the kids in the Silicon Valley, like at least my age, we all go to college somewhere. So that's one of the troubles of starting a scene is we're all gone during the school year. So I'll be throwing shows when I'm back. So like winter break, I'll do like 2 shows, try to get one in spring break, and then summer, I'll throw a bunch. But since I'm studying abroad next year and we have the monthly collaboration with Midpen.
Oh yeah.
Still try to be involved with booking shows, but I'll probably have some friends actually run it the day of. So
Yeah.
hopefully monthly shows.
Yeah. Are you gonna be gone the whole year or just for?
Yeah, I'm studying abroad for a year,
Okay. Yeah.
which will be cool, and then coming back for winter break. So
Okay.
winter 2022, we're going hard. It's gonna be fun.
I feel it. I get it. Yeah. But do you think maybe you'll bring back some English people and then?
Dude, yeah, I wish. Thing about music and events that really sucks is that it doesn't make much money.
Okay.
Music scales really hard. And especially when you have alcohol sales. That's where venues and concerts make money.
Okay.
My shows, because it's in my parents' backyard, they've always been drug and alcohol free, just to make things simple and have it be all ages. So actually being profitable has been really, really tough. So getting a flight for a band might not make the most sense right now.
Yeah.
But one day, it'll be big enough.
I understand. They can zoom in.
Yeah, or hopefully make some friends.
Yeah.
If they have a tour in California,
Yeah.
take a pit stop in the backyard.
Yeah, for sure.
Perfect venue.
So your parents are there. What would you say that they think about the whole thing?
They think it's cool. Like, they're always, my mom's so helpful, especially my mom. She can't not help, for better or for worse. So she's always around, helping, getting artists what they might need, talking to people, making sure no shenanigans are happening. 'Cause that's the biggest rule. And it's been a pretty good one so far. Like, the cities probably wouldn't like us as much if we did drugs.
Fair. Yeah. But yeah. How old are the people that go? Like, what range would you say?
Yeah. So it is all ages, but because I'm having kids my age perform, it's gonna be our friends. So I'd say the ages have been ranging from like 18 to like 22, 23. But I'm hoping now that we have a consistent venue, it can really be all ages, especially for kids in high school. Like, to have a music scene, like, you need to have people who are here, who are local and consistent. So just having these shows for them and for everyone in the community, like, hopefully that inspires them to do something as well, if we continue building the community.
Yeah, no, for sure. Just get all the high school, middle school, maybe even.
Yeah, I mean, I think the people who will come are people who like live music. That's who I want. Like, I want people who want to be creative, who want to do something, who want to just go and get it on their own. So anyone can come, really, just bring a good vibe.
Yeah, so are you looking to expand it or just establish it, like, for long term?
I think, like, I really want Vecino Lemonade to be a really prominent part of the Silicon Valley scene, and definitely, like, have this be, like, the main, like, area for the community. But obviously I'm going to be throwing shows in England and stuff.
Yeah.
So Vecino Lemonade will be in England, but it'll be a little different since it's not home, you know?
I mean, make a new home away from home.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that'll be fun. Yeah. What are you going to be studying over there?
Over there, I'm actually getting a marketing minor since they don't have my major, and I'm an apparel merchandising and management major.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty niche. Yeah.
No, I mean, well, very interesting and clearly relevant to your,
Thank you.
artists and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic. How many artists do you say that you've, like, involved with?
Oh, geez, probably over like 20, 25 like, musicians and artists in the area. And it's been really cool just developing these relationships and becoming friends with them, and just like and just trusting each other. Like, I put a lot of trust in them for like flyer work or something, and they put a lot of trust in me to like make sure people come out to these events. And a lot of Vecino Lemonade goes past like just the concerts. Like, actually right now I'm organizing a mural for Arundel Elementary,
yeah.
and we got like $2,000 to do a big mural on the Arundel Library. So like,
that's cool.
I have some artists in the community. Shout out Elijah, Augusto, and Via, and we're gonna do a mural at Arundel. So it's like,
that's really
anything like arts and music. Like, I love that, especially murals. Like, that's an extension of myself. Like, in high school, I started Carmont Mural Club.
Oh, yeah.
We did one at the bottom level of Arundel. Like,
Mhm.
I gave a presentation to the city of San Carlos
Mhm.
on why we needed more public arts, and like that was one of the first dominoes in getting the big crepe stop mural.
Oh, okay.
So like, public art and just
Mhm.
all that stuff is right up my alley. Like,
Mhm.
if there's a blank wall, like it should be painted. It's kind of
Yeah.
ridiculous. It's not. That's what I think.
No, that's, I mean, a way to get your voice out there. Yeah. How many years have you been doing this?
I guess since like 2019 was like
Mm.
that first show I did in Pomona,
Mm.
and then it was just on pause, waiting for COVID to get over, and then last summer is when we started, and I did like 3 shows that summer,
Mm.
and then I've done one over Thanksgiving break,
Mm.
one over winter break, and then a couple more now. So
Yeah.
I think
so-
we're almost like 6-7 shows.
And now you're coming here. You're going to be performing here.
Oh, I'm not gonna perform.
Well, yeah, you're like artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Are they mostly like bands or just individuals?
A little bit of both. I
Mm.
tend to prefer booking bands
Mm.
because like live instruments sound amazing, and because there's more people in the band, they're more likely to bring people out.
Mm.
So that just helps have a good a good draw,
Mm.
which I think is important because in a concert setting, I think half of the performance is on the crowd to help hype up the performer.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, no, the bands are always great at, just like engaging with everybody. But it's also good to see like, the single artists out there who
Yeah.
like to sing.
Definitely.
No, seems like a great opportunity for people to get their things out there. How have you noticed like they interact with each other? Have you found like bands, come together out of your shows or?
Yeah, totally. Like, certain artists, especially like the individuals, it's easier to make music. Like, I'll introduce a producer and a rapper, and bam, they got a song. Or 2 different rappers will jump on a beat because they met on the concert. So, just a great chance for like artists who might have been listening to each other already to like actually meet in person and see who they are and ask to work together. Just makes it easier versus just it being on Insta.
That makes sense. Yeah. Do they like get on like SoundCloud or Spotify or how do
Yeah, most of them are on like all the platforms. So Spotify, SoundCloud. Usually you'll find like the most professional stuff the artist makes on Spotify, and then like deep cuts you might find on SoundCloud. I have playlists of like all the Silicon Valley musicians. So
Yeah.
on the description we'll have that.
Yeah.
There's one playlist with all the Silicon Valley artists I know, one with the indie artists, one with the rappers, and then recently I've been doing research into what the scene used to be here in the Silicon Valley, and in the 60s it was amazing. There used to be a great music scene with some huge bands coming out of this area, like Chocolate Watchdogs, Grateful Dead, Count 5.
Well,
These huge bands that come out of here.
yeah,
And
no,
it's been
that's
really
fantastic.
interesting looking into their history and seeing what it used to be here and what it could be again.
That's fantastic. It's great to get them out there again, and hopefully you can bring them back up. But it's been great to have you. Thank you for talking, and we'll see you back here soon.
Yeah, thanks so much.